Alright, this is part 4, Limsa. And the tank MSQ. We are currently trying to prevent the sabotage of the new ship. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could be these knaves be planning? What's to happen has already happened. Captain! Oh. Trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates! Out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Gods below, we're not prepared for this. The pirate soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seemed to be carrying explosives. Explosives! There's no time to lose. Rathima, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will just send you to these men's wounds, then follow after. Make haste now. I didn't have to kill them? Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. Dad, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This will all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly power drift into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous backstabbing son. Joy, imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What in Limlane's wide green ocean makes you think you take up these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, Dad. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered why Biram never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. The ship's a symbol, all right, for everything that went wrong in the world. And I mean to shatter into 100,000 pieces. Good thought. Rathima, pray beat the tar of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the victory. Oh, look at them. Leave him to us. Rathima, cannot go with me. Mumble to our mercenaries. Onto the metal. You focus on that after. I'm a tank. I'll take care. Everyone on. no idea who you're up here against. Rare adventure, I've done some crazy blade designs. I must be getting old. Letting some green venture get the best of me. Duh. That's one big blood ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? My thanks, Fatima. I shudder to think what he may have come to victory without your intervention. Pirates made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the logs. And my thoughts could use some sorting as well. Did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray commence my thanks. And my apologies to Gimthar. Okay, good. Oh yeah, it's good. How fair you are, Keeper. I cannot begin to thank you for your role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa from violent demise. The day was yours. It seems the security regimen will require much more in the way of improvement to truly to keep the Drydocks safe. Opera apologizes. Well, I suppose I could understand why you feel responsible for his father's actions. For those involved, this incident was hardest on him. One time, I believe he'll come to a simple conclusion. Most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. And by the by, the pirates who defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Randa's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have time to spare, I would ask you another favor. The theme in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others whom I would entrust this task. Since you last spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Atsafim, the pirate behind the plot of the sabotage victory. The missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which may prove an enemy of Lominsa deems someone worthy of suffering is likely to be a great interest to the Maelstrom. Fortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I'm told the Yellow Jackets have wanted to turn to Bateron and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. To his hand and no other. Do you understand? Ahoy there, Rathima. I've been hearing about your deeds at the Drydocks. Appium laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still reeling at his old man's part of the business, but at least you keep the victory from being sunken before she sailed. For that, I owe you me thanks. You've really made yourself for yourself in your Limsa last. Folks know that when they need something doing. You need something doing? And what about that? Do you want someone to read a message written funny letters for you? And Kim thought I might know a man that's good. Well, let's see it then. I reckon I might know a canny bugger who can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name of Beta. You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Thema. You never let me down yet. And Navigator helped me, I reckon I can trust you. You thought I was right to want me to read this message deciphered. We've got some trouble brewing here, no mistake. Get ready for action and I'll explain. Good to have you on board, lass. Now then, where to start? Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me a living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemies were up to, you had to learn them read the orders you prized from the cold dead hands of his mates. So I can't alone how to read your message. Truth be told, the script is only too bloody familiar. Them's the Hagen letters in this. And I should know, I've got more than fishback messengers than I could count. Gets worse though. Plan to blow up the victory is all you're all right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise all 8 kinds of L in Western Ninosea. Then the Maelstrom said the new flagship in the confusion. Point being, the attack on the victory weren't the act of a few rebellious pirates. It was a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. If I'm reading this right, the attack itself came much too early. I wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them, rushed in to do the job, and buggered it up. Them tattoo-faced bastards say they would pin Appium's old man. Then they're with the certain serpent weavers, right? None of the crew was there, was they? Did they have something better to do, or what? Look who's walking out there. 7 L's! I got it all backwards. That mess of the victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. Fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstroms, baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. Sending their pirate lackeys after civilian target. It's about raising the L in Western Ninosea. That's where it'll be. Something tells me that Swiftperch is about to get it hard. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Raynor at the Coral Tower and tell him it's for a busy day. He's in for a busy day. Oh, give him a hand, Renee. You can be damn sure he'll need one. I noticed a pair of twins walking out the door. Interesting. That makes me think that the Limsa quest is canonically the correct one. Where am I going up here? Oh, hey, I'm going to my own guild. Nice. Yes, I'm Rander. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You're to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? You better nurture a message from Beta. Why do we get that feeling that my hopes were quite even about to be cruelly dashed. Tell me, what is it, Flute? An assault on Swiftperch? Obviously nothing to suggest that Serpent Reavers are massing for attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Baderon is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. I'll concur with Baderon's assessment of the attack on the Drydocks was intended as a diversion. Swiftperch responded but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commander, sir! Report. This is Hagen, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on the South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator. Seems a decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with this Hagen. Which means there is every chance that the assault on Tide Gate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it. That leaves Swiftperch vulnerable for those pirate traders. It is times like such as this I wish the warriors elect yet walked among us. But wishes will avail us not. Wool, you must serve in their absence. Make for Swiftperch with all haste and lend your strength into the squads I can spare for someone's defense. And that's everything for this particular playthrough. Next part will be part 5, final part. And I will be interrupting the video real quickly upon re-entering Limsa to reset the client into French subtitles. The voiceover is actually done within the game itself. But once that's done, I'll just be remembering to flip everything back for my other characters and whatnot. Anyway, until next time.